I was working with a rescue, happened to come across a post on the neighborhood site talking about a puppy that was abandoned in an alley. We ended up taking Jelly home. She was very sick at the time. She was not digesting her food very well. I think that's the reason why she was abandoned. If she would not have been found that day, that probably would not have had a good outcome. She did pretty good with some TLC and the right medication and some good watchful eyes on her. She bounced back, I want to say, probably within the month, and she became just such a happy girl. She was my foster. We didn't really have space for her because I already had 2 big dogs, and I kept telling myself she's just a foster and we're gonna get rid of her. But oh my gosh, my heart holds so much for this girl. My oldest dog is Nala. Nala was born blind, has a very strong motherly instinct, and immediately when Jelly came into our house, took on the mother role for Jelly and became Jelly's surrogate mom. And then we have Bonsai. Both Bonsai and Nala are so maternal and paternal towards Jelly. When she was a puppy, they would make sure that she was all dry and clean. If she comes in from the rain after a walk, Bonsai will still lick her fur dry for her.
Jelly!
I also felt that maternal instinct towards Jelly.
Yay!
If there's anything that scares her or worries her, she runs to her mom. She's not independent at all. She does not like to be alone. Being alone would be her worst nightmare.
Jelly!
I am much more the mom in the relationship with Jelly,
Bedtime! Let's go!
where she comes for her comfort, her snuggles, and all of that.
I think Jelly's beating you.
Unfortunately, my husband is her favorite person because he's the biggest playmate.
Balance.
As soon as my husband walks out into the room and he has a leash, forget about mom. Anyone who comes to the door gets greeted with a shoe as a gift, and the shoes just end up somewhere in the house. Sometimes they'll end up in the yard, which is not so handy if you're looking for your shoes. She does like to communicate quite loudly with other dogs, and at the fence with the neighbor's dog. That's their way of talking to each other.
Who's here?
We have had people who have come up to her and then are petting her and are like, oh my God, she's so sweet and what a loving dog. And then ask us, what kind of dog is it? And then be so surprised to see that, oh my gosh, she's part of the pit bull breed.
Oh my gosh, that tail.
And then do a double take, like what? And then you see their mind working like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be scared of that, aren't I? And then be like looking at her and then like you see it kind of clicking in their mind, like, oh wait, this is actually a sweet dog and I was just petting it. To see that process is actually quite beautiful. She truly walks around like the whole world is going to love her. After she's had a pretty active day, she will have very, very vivid dreams. She will be lying on the couch next to me and her whole body will start to shake. Her mouth, her eyes. Every time we tried to put her on the adoption list, something happened. And it either her stitches from her spay would open up or she would have a horrible allergic reaction to something in the yard. So every time we'd have to take her off the adoption list. It was like, are you trying to tell me something? After a while, it was just impossible to give her up.